Hello, friends, and welcome here. UK visas. How does the point based immigration system work? The difference between the number of people entering and leaving the UK has reached an all time high in the year to June 2022. Downing Street insists that Prime Minister Rishi Sunak wants to bring overall immigration level down. How many migrants comes to UK? In the year ending June 2022, an estimate 1.1 million came to the UK and 560,000 departed. That means net migration, the difference between people arriving and leaving, stood at an estimated 504,000. This represents record high and an increase of 331,000 on the previous year ending June 2021. The Office for National Statistics, which compiles the figures, said the rise was driven by non-EU migrants, especially students, and the resumption of post-pandemic travel. It's also said the war in Ukraine, the resettlement of Afghans, and the new visa route for Hong Kong British nationals had also contributed. Home Secretary Sylvia Braverman says she wants to reduce net migrants to the tens of thousands. Official migration data gathering was disrupted during the COVID-19 pandemic. Estimates from June 2020 are based on different data sets and are not comparable with earlier years. What impacts has Brexit had on immigration? Before Brexit, European Union and UK citizens had the freedom to live and work in any other EU countries without needing a work visa. However, freedom of movement between the two came to an end on 1st of January 2021. In the year ending June 2022, net EU migration was 51,000. This means more EU nationals left the UK than arrived. Net migration for non-EU nationals, on the other hand, was 509,000 plus. There was a net increase of 45,000 plus British nationals. The Office for National Statistics said this figure included some British nationals arriving from Hong Kong as well as those returning during the pandemic. Many Brexit supporters, including Ms. Braverman, said leaving the EU has given the UK more control over migration policy. Sir Keir Starmer has ruled out restoring freedom of movement and said the UK must wean itself of immigration dependency. However, the CBI, the UK's biggest business group, says immigration is needed to solve workers' shortage and boost economic growth. What are the current visa rules for economic migrations? Most people wanting to work in the UK having to apply for a visa through a point-based system. A points-based system was first adopted by the Labour government in 2008 and applied to migrants from non-EU countries. It was then overhauled by the Conservatives after the Brexit vote. The current point-based system, which covers EU and non-EU migrants, was launched at the end of 2020. How does the point-based system work? Applicants need enough points to qualify for the skilled worker visa. A total of 70 points is required. Attributes like English skills, qualifications, and being under 26 all count toward the total. Having an offer of a skilled job from an approved employer and being able to speak English would give 50 points. For example, a further 20 points would have been awarded if the applicant's job pays at least 25,600 a year. There are some exemptions. Certain jobs in health or education, for example, will still award 20 points even if the salary is less than £25,600 per year. The standard fee for a skilled visa is usually between £625 and £1,423. If granted, the visa will last for up to 5 years before it needs renewing. What is the shortage occupation list? A shortage occupation list exists to help employers fill certain roles. These jobs are a lower salary threshold, making it easier for the applicants to gain the required number of points. Jobs currently on the list includes care workers, graphics designers, nurses, and vets. The government updates the list based on advice from an independent group of experts called the Migration Advisory Committee. What about seasonal workers? Temporary work like fruit picking is covered by a seasonal worker visa. Up to 40,000 of these visas are issued each year. However, the National Farmers Union argues this number is too small and needs to increase to 70,000. Workers who are granted a visa must be paid at least £10 and 10 pence an hour. Can students and graduates come to the UK? There is no limit on international students coming to the UK under the student visa application system. However, Ms. Braverman has struggled. She wants to reduce the number of partners and children who come to the UK with students. Students who have already completed their degree can stay in the UK for 2 years under a graduate visa. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching.